So annoying. Hi, no name. Waiting to make sure it comes up. There we go. There we go. Nope. Is it gonna work? Like, what are you doing? There we go. Hi, Joey. Joey, we are trying to. You let me know, for real, for real. If I see the individuals that Feisty mentioned, I'll add them for you. And guess what, Joey? You're going to have days off. You need help. Reminder, I'm not going to be here after Monday, so you'll have plenty of days off. Hey, Joey. Wall party, hello. Marissa, it's just how it's set. I can't help you on that one, sorry. Andy, I don't know the answer. Hey, Ruger. Paul. Bryce. Eric. BMC. Hello, hello. Goku. I see everybody. Is this on? It is on. Perfect. Okay, no one's there yet. There we go. At that point, I would just have to recommend Marissa, just don't use them. I don't know. They get other people too. It's not just you. Sorry, I'm trying. All right. Hey, Pixie. Yeah, that's why it's brunch time, guys. Thank you, Marissa, for the jewels. And I wish I could fix it. I just can't. Crispy. Joey, I hope you heard what I said. I am definitely going to find you help. I think we all know normally Parker's is there, but she's on a little social hiatus right now because life be jank sometimes, guys. Oh, I forgot. This needs to come up. Da 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 da. Craig, hello. Awesome. It's on. Hey, Azure, dog lover, Bishop, waving to this side of the internet. Hello. Okay, Luca, I hope you have a great rest of your day then. Oh, I need to hit that button. Guys, I'm like doing 6 different things, as always. Oh no, why is Gemini talking to me? Yes, Trump does love Zoran Mamdani. That is true. Also, Trump asked Zoran not to say if he was a fascist. Just say yes, it's okay. Just say yes. Just say yes. It's easier than explaining. I'm gonna need some. Thank you, Luca, for the 5. I'm just trying to get all these things up. Hey, Kaga. I'm looking out for. Thanks, Paul. Just so you know, Joey, I'm looking out for the 2 that Feisty mentioned to be over on that side. All right. Here we go. We're all up. Kinda can't read it. Kinda can't read what, Bryce? You opened the door back for me, Summer. You're so silly. I love you. Hi. Hey, Summer, if you come over to this side, people can see you. Come here. Come here. Summer. Summer. Look, come here. Come on. No, yeah, that too, but watch. You come over here. People can see you. Sit. See it? See it? Good girl. Look at the babies. Look at the babies. Well, most can see her. Sorry, the landscape still can't see her. Hey, Moose. Ja babies. Ja babies. Ja babies. Oh, the babies. Babies. Portrait can see her everywhere. I know. Hi, mamas. I know you're so pretty. You're so pretty. Gotta love on the puppers. Gotta love on the puppers, guys. Oh man, I hope I didn't miss too much fun news yesterday. Sorry I wasn't on. We had a long day out and about doing things. I'm sorry. I know I'm loud because I got closer to the microphone. But yeah, so we all need days off even before the long days off. Hey, Court, as you guys are coming in over on TikTok, be sure to be booping that screen and also sending in your daily heart meet. It does a lot to push the live out as we first get going. Isn't she Pixie? Yeah, I love the puppers. Landscape can see or can't see? Not snot. On the tip of the head. Yes, Summer is an Australian Shepherd, and she her thing is finding socks and bringing them to us. Boop. Well, hopefully they do well. All right, Chris, I hope they do well. Yeah, she finds all of the socks, all of my socks, all of them. And she tries to bring them to me, and it works sometimes, but not always. Not always. Not always. Beep boop. Hi. I know, Summer. Do you have 2 socks right now? Did you grabbed another? Alan, I would get that removed. Well, no. See, most the thing is sometimes when I take them back from her, they get like she doesn't fight taking them back, right? But they still get caught on her teeth. So sometimes I end up with holes in my socks. Antonio, I think it was hilarious that Trump was like, reporter asks, so Zoran, do you think Trump is a fascist? And he starts answering, and Trump's like, you can just say yes. It's easier than explaining. And he's like, and guys, I want you all, okay? I've found it, but I hope you guys find it. Find somebody, like, don't settle until you find someone that looks at you like Trump looked at Mamdani, okay? Find your person that looks at you that way. Find your person that looks at you the way that Trump looked at Mamdani. Just like, also, mods over on TikTok, don't mute Aaron. He uses all caps because of, he said he's blind, or at least blind, legally blind probably. This is Trump to Mamdani. Just the biggest cheese. The biggest cheese. Who did you lose? Thanks, Paul. Do you think you did something with that potato? Because you're wrong. I'm not. Visually impaired. Thank you, Yoshi. Thank you. I'm not always the best at remembering, like, the best words for things. I do admit that one. She does better than Trump, Kaga? That's awesome. Oh, yeah. Trump won't. If Mamdani had said anything wrong against Trump, like, it would have been an immediate, I was wrong. But guys, I just want to remind everybody, Trump supports communism now. He said that he would be happy to live in New York City again under a Mamdani mayor. So, and they have ideas in common. He's doing good, Jonathan. Hardly, Doge. He didn't change any of his stances. Yeah, Trump is worse than a jilted lover. That's very true. Oh, I need to do this. Thank you, Antonio. Antonio says, keep doing what you're doing. I will. And Luca, I didn't put this up yet. Sorry about that. But thank you. And thank you, Marissa, for the jewels, and PH for the jewels. Phone lines are open if anyone wanted to call in. Let's see. Okay, well, I was about to accept you, and then you didn't do it, so. You really don't know how inflation works. That makes sense. People really don't understand. It was so great. Like, so Val, this is my impression of Donald Trump looking at Mem Dottie. Just the biggest cheese, like, I know what I'm thinking when I make that face. It's usually a little joke inside, if I'm being honest. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
Awesome. How old are you?
60.
60. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, I am.
Okay. What has Donald Trump done in his 10 months in office that has earned your continued support?
Well, he signed the release just now for the law to release the Epstein files.
Just now?
As
That was a
Congress,
couple of days ago.
Well, yeah, not like a month ago or anything.
No, just a couple days ago.
Yeah, pretty close to now. A couple days ago. But Congress approved it except one person
Yep, a
that
Republican.
voted no. Yeah, and Donald Trump,
he looks
Republican.
Weird too. Ooh.
Well, Donald Trump, a Republican, also signed it into law. So now it will be released so that the people that were affected the most can maybe get some justice.
In theory, yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, just in theory, mostly.
Yeah, so Donald Trump's not a bad person.
Do you know why the files weren't released prior to, let's just say, May of 2025? And I do mean, like, in general, just not released before May of 2025.
Because the Democrats were against releasing it.
Incorrect. Would you like me to explain the legality?
I just know what I read in the paper.
Are you familiar with Ghislaine Maxwell?
Yeah, she's the co-conspirator.
Correct.
And was convicted.
Yep, she was convicted. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And when did her last appeal fail?
Well, she exhausted her appeals.
When did her last appeal fail?
Well, it must have been pretty recently, but because...
Oh, no, actually, her last appeal failed in December 2024, and we can say it that way because the Supreme Court only just this summer, at the beginning of the summer, denied hearing her appeal, right? So, like, I give this as even something on Trump's side, that prior to the summer of 2025, he was not able to release at least the majority of the files that had anything to do with Ghislaine Maxwell, because it would give her a cause for an appeal or a cause for a mistrial to be declared, right? Anything with that, with an appeals process to go through. Okay, so that's why the files could not legally be released prior to her exhausting all of her appeals and her final appeal being denied.
I see, that makes sense.
And so this pulls me into the next point, right? What is Pam Bondi doing in regards to the Epstein files right now?
She will prosecute those responsible.
Oh, no, that's not exactly what she said. Hasn't she opened a new investigation?
Probably.
She has. Along with... Awesome. So again, when there is an investigation open and or pending, files that could implicate the individuals being investigated cannot be released, or a mistrial could be declared if they were ever actually taken to court.
Well, they're released now.
No, they're not.
Well, it's a law now that they have to be released.
After how many
days?
For
Donald Trump.
Yeah, except, see, there's conditions within there, right? I know I don't think you know this, right? So it's within 30 days or after 30 days that they have to be released, but redactions are allowed, not just for victims' names, but also to take out anybody that's actively under investigation, because they have to do it due to already existing federal and local state laws. So, why do again, Pam Bondi's opened new investigations into undisclosed individuals, meaning the Department of Justice and the FBI just get to retain a portion of those files for people that are supposedly under investigation.
Well, once the
And they're covered
investigation
by
is
law.
complete, the public will get the files.
Oh, it's not just
Once
an
they-
investigation being complete, and you don't know how long that'll take. If an investigation leads to charges, then you have to wait for that to go to court. And then after, let's say somebody is sentenced, right, convicted and sentenced with a crime, they get their appeals process done just like Ghislaine Maxwell did, past tense in this case. And then we have to wait until every single appeal is exhausted before those other files could be released.
Yeah, I'm familiar with appeals because my
Thank you,
brother
Eric.
was an Epstein person type, and he had an appeal and lost and was sentenced to 90 years. But the thing is, Donald Trump also released the JFK files too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's important too.
Only to
So we can now trust.
Only to conspiracy theorists. Sorry.
Well, for anybody, so that we can all start trusting the government again.
Only for conspiracy theorists. I'm sorry. I've always looked at and trusted government data, even when it goes against what I think is happening. So it doesn't affect me. It's not for everybody. Maybe you shouldn't make broad statements.
It's not a broad statement. It's
It is
the
a broad
truth.
statement.
It's
I'm sorry, would I
reality.
not fall under everybody?
What I'm saying
Would
is
I
Donald
not
Trump is
fall
trying to
under
restore.
everybody?
Donald
You said it's
Trump is
important
trying.
to everybody. So would I not
It
fall
is
under
important.
everybody?
Well, you are an American citizen, right? And you deserve to know the
You
truth.
didn't, I'm sorry,
Whether
you didn't
you
limit it
want to
to,
or
I'm
not.
so sorry, you didn't limit it to American citizens. You just said everybody. Everybody would include every single individual in existence alive this second in the entirety of the entire world.
Well, if you take it in context, I mean in the United States.
No,
I'm sorry, that's
you
what I
didn't. You
meant.
just said everybody. It's important to everybody,
Yeah.
so they can start trusting the government again. I don't
Right,
think
we're
that,
the
like,
only
I
ones
don't
that need
think,
to
even
know.
then, if you want to say American citizens, so every single American citizen that is alive as of this second today, I highly doubt that newborn babies that are being born right now across the United States of America have any idea of a distrust in the American government.
They will if there's too many.
Oh, they just
odd
will.
things
Again, so
going on
I'm just going to point out
when they-
this. The JFK files are only important to conspiracy theorists.
Well, what is a conspiracy?
Something that is not proven.
Right. So what Donald Trump did was he released those so that
And it helped no
can
one.
be proven. It helped no one.
It just didn't help
helped
anybody.
heal the
I'd
country.
understand that makes you feel some type of way, but it helped no one. In what way did it make your life better that Donald Trump released the JFK files?
Well,
in what significant way did Donald Trump releasing the JFK files make your life better?
Well, it made it better to realize that there's not conspiracies going on.
You are the
Cover-ups.
conspiracy theorist.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. All right, well, toodaloos. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
I am here.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 26.
26. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I never did.
You never did. Okay,
I
well,
just
thanks,
disagree with
man.
you on other stuff.
Guys, if you are watching over on TikTok, be sure to be double tapping that screen. We are only at 16,000, or sorry, 12,000 likes, and we should have already been at 25,000 likes a minute ago. Hi, how old are you? I heard you tap on your screen, Gina. Hi. I can do that too.
You could do what?
Tap on the screen.
Telling you not to.
There, I just did it.
Don't you support Donald Trump?
No one can hear you. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah.
Hi,
I just
how old are
want to
you?
know. I just want to know. I'm 41. I just want to know why you hate Trump so much.
I don't hate him. Hate is a strong word. In order for me to hate somebody, I must have loved them first. So,
Well, that's not true. You could hate
no,
before
that's
you
my
love somebody.
opinion. So
That's
I
not.
feel as
That's
though for
not a
me, my
scientific
personal
fact,
truth,
though.
for my personal truth, in order for me to hate someone, I must have loved someone first or have felt some kind of something towards them. Instead, he's like a blip and he's neutral.
Okay, he's a blip in your world, but like he does control your country. Now, mind like you need to
He
wake up to the
he's the
fact that
president
you
of the
are.
United States of America.
But
That is
you
true.
are in
So
his world though. He
Donald
controls
Trump
your
doesn't know
country.
me.
Well, he doesn't have to know you personally, but he does affect you because you live in his country. Now, mine.
Okay. Do you not live in the United
So
States of
like
America?
so like
Do you not live
when
in
you
the
have
United States of America?
no, I do. I live in North Carolina. Now,
Oh,
mine like
okay. What's the capital of North
yeah.
Carolina?
What's the capital?
Europe. Without Googling. 5,
Raleigh.
4.
Raleigh.
Oh, okay. I was about to say you almost failed
Yeah.
the citizenship test.
Why would I fail it?
I don't know if you realize this, but when you take the citizenship test, and a lot of people actually, I don't think know this, you have to know the capital of the state that you reside in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is this a test right now, or are we
No,
having
I
a
just was
conversation?
curious because you just keep saying his country, your country, not our. And it was just, sorry, it was just the words that you were saying that made it seem as though you weren't residing within the United States of America. So I thought I would ask you that.
But why you being obnoxious to me? Now, mine like you is hateful. You is hateful on like a really high degree.
Oh,
Now, mine
hateful?
like
Oh, okay.
I don't understand why you have so much hatred built up, pent up, right in your blood.
I'm sorry. Is a woman speaking in a monotone voice equate to hatefulness now?
I mean, look,
Does a
we could talk
monotone
about it so
voice
many
offend
different
you?
ways. Now, mine,
Do you
you
know what
could explain
monotone
it and
is?
you could talk in gibberish. You
Do
could
you know
talk
what
in
monotone
monotone. You could
is?
look. The the conclusion of
Oh,
your whole belief
okay.
system
My belief
stems
system?
from
Can you tell
hatred.
me what my belief system is, please? I'm
Your
actually even going to
belief
take
system,
notes.
your belief system stems from hatred.
No,
There's
no, no.
nothing else.
I'm so sorry. What is
You
my
are
belief system?
hateful.
Can you expand upon my belief system?
Something very very traumatic happened in your life
Oh, what is that?
and made
Please,
you this way.
please tell me this. What is that? Can you expand upon this?
Well,
I love learning
I
new
don't know
things
you
about myself.
personally, honey. I don't know you
Oh,
personally, but I know for sure some really really traumatic happy in
Okay.
your life
But
and made
wait,
you bitter,
if you don't
made you
know me,
hateful.
I'm so sorry. If you don't know me personally, how can you know for sure?
I mean, I can tell by the
You
look
can
on your
tell
face, by
by
the
the
way
look
you
on my
express
face.
yourself,
So are
by
you
your belief
saying that
system,
every
by
woman that
by
has
everything that you
resting
preach.
bitch face must also then be hateful and have had something traumatic happen in their life? Well,
I
then, sir,
like how
you're
you
going to have
use
to say
the
that to
general
every
argument,
woman that
right?
serves in the United
Yeah,
States of America's
let's
military,
generalize every
because
woman
they
on this earth.
do
Yeah.
actually have. I'm so
No,
sorry. You
that's a
said that.
rational
I'm
argument
I'm
right
so
there.
sorry.
That's a
Is it
really
wrong?
rational
I'm so
argument right
sorry,
there.
sir,
Wow.
sir,
No,
sir,
you are a
sir. No,
fantastic
it's
debater.
called I'm
Fantastic.
not trying to
Wow.
debate you.
Every woman on earth
I'm not trying
must.
to
Oh
debate you.
wow.
I'm
No,
not
you win.
trying to
You
debate
win. You
you.
use the general
Yeah.
argument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, good for you.
Okay.
You were taught very well.
NT ways. This
Yeah.
isn't a debate, sir. This is some kind of modicum of a conversation that you're incapable of keeping up with. And just by the fact that I don't have a smile on my face, I guess that's a problem for you. So are you going to say, quote, you should smile more often, end quote?
I mean, that would be beneficial for
That would
your
be
mental
beneficial.
health, for
Oh,
your well-being. Yeah.
I like maintaining a moment of neutrality on my live. I didn't know that that was a problem. So again, this would be considered RBF, also known as resting bitch face. I do say RBF when it comes to my cat, but that's because his name is Bailey, and I think it's funny to say resting Bailey face. But I just want to be clear, like the majority of women in across the world, when they're just walking around, don't walk around like with a giant smile on their face. They
I
do
mean, they
typically
do
walk
around me.
around
No, I mean,
neutral.
like they do
No,
around me
actually,
in
what
my
women do
proximity.
around you is cover their drinks, sir.
Nah, nah. They
Yeah.
open their drink. They
They
actually
open their
hand me.
drink?
Yeah, they hand me their drink. They tell
And
me,
what do you
"Hey,
put in it?
serve, serve me this drink." You know what I mean? Like pour it in my mouth and choke me. That's what they say. Nah, I mean, like every si- every single time.
My viewers did not consent to your porno imagination.
Oh, it's not imagination, honey.
That's definitely your imagination. Oh, I'm not saying that women don't walk around smiling, right? Like there are plenty of women that do. Typically, it's because like either somebody helped them get a smile on their face or they're walking with somebody that makes them smile. But the majority of people that I see walking around, they don't, they have a neutral expression, men and women. That's nothing new. Neutrality is the general stance of most individuals. Thank you, Nicolin. I appreciate that. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Oh, hey, yeah, I'm here. Hello, how are you?
Awesome. Hi, how old are you?
49.
49. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
For the most part, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There are a
And
few things.
okay. What has Donald Trump done in his 10 months in office that has earned your continued support?
The ICE enforcement, tariffs. I think the tariffs are good. Other things too, but dismantling the Department of Education.
Does Donald Trump have the legal authority to dismantle a federal agency?
Well, that's a good question. I'm not sure. That's probably something that goes to the courts. But yeah,
Incorrect.
Congress has to ultimately shutter the agency. But
Correct. Only Congress
you know,
can do that. It's literally only Congress can end and create new federal government agencies.
yes,
So
that's correct.
Donald Trump can instruct the director of education, Linda McMahon, who has no reason to be in that position. Ooh, she's so unqualified. To systematically, step by step, like reallocate duties to other departments that are under the Department of Education, but that's about it. So the only authority that lies with dismantling the Department of Education is Congress. And last I checked, they're not trying to do it yet. So
Yeah.
So you can
But
say that, but that's just
the
not a true statement. It doesn't do
well,
anything.
no, I didn't say that he was completely shutting it down. That he's at least working in that direction. He's doing what he can within the purview of his Article
Gotcha.
2 powers.
It's
Moving personnel around, changing what he can within what Congress has authorized him to do with the agency. But yeah, he can't formally, shut it down the way it was created in what 1975. But yeah, but
1979. You do realize that the original Department of Education was actually created in 1880s?
no, it was under like I think it was under Health and Humans.
No,
Whatever
the
it was before, it was under
no one ever
humans.
actually knows.
It was under a different agency. Yes.
No, it actually was created in the 1880s, over
Yes.
100 years ago, as the Education Department. And because it didn't flourish well enough, Congress reallocated to be under the Department of Labor, I believe it was. And that's actually like where it went to. But they still had services over the Education Department. They even tried to bring it back in the 1920s, and it was in effect briefly in the 1920s. And because of our failing numbers prior, that's when it was actually created in the 1970s, very similar to the 1880s when we were failing compared to the world stage on education. So
Well, hold on. That was in the opinion of people like John Dewey,
hey
who
guys, there's a
wanted our
treasure
education.
chest up in the
Well,
top left-hand corner over on TikTok, so click that. Sorry.
oh, I'm not on the computer.
No, it's not you.
I don't see it. There.
You're not on there. Get free coins. Collect this treasure chest on TikTok. And
Oh,
T-Ways.
okay.
So why do you want
Anyway.
American students to fail?
Who said I did?
Well, you're for the dismantlement of the Department of Education. Do you even know what the Department of Education does? Hey, Parkers.
Yeah. Generally, I do know what it does. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What?
I don't have good. It monitors progress in these states and it does things like it runs the grants and
It gives out money.
things like that. Gives out money, yeah.
Yeah, and then it collects data, but they don't do anything with curriculum ever.
They have a lot of influence over curriculum.
No, they don't. That's only decided at the local level.
Sure it is, but you remember when George Bush had his No Child Left Behind? That was a program
that was just for standardized testing, and I think standardized testing was dumb. But that's all it did, was just make a standardized test that everyone has to take, similar to the ACT or the SAT, in order to get into college, right? And I think the standardized testing was dumb. Like, I completely disagree with Bush in that, but that's all it did, was create standardized testing. And lots of children were still left behind by his No Child Left Behind. But either way, like, it's irrefutable that it's education is decided at the state and local level, period.
Well, I'm not disagreeing.
See,
with
if it
you
was
there.
actually decided at the federal level, if it was actually decided at the federal level, specifically within the Department of Education, they should model it after Massachusetts, because Massachusetts is the #1 in the entire country, right, in education, and they actually rank higher as a state than where the United States does as a whole on the international scale. So with that being the case, like, I actually think the Department of Education standards should be, at least for like math, reading, science, like what we're actually graded on needs to be standardized. And we need to model it after the #1 state in the entire country, and then bring it all the way down to everywhere else, because that would be Massachusetts, who has the best scores out of the entirety of the United States of America, and ranks in the top 15 compared to the rest of the world.
And what is Massachusetts doing to earn that?
I don't know. I don't live there. But they're doing something right. But that's why I'm saying, like, if we model their education system, then the United States would actually be performing. But we don't. Instead, we just... Who?
Finland's educational system, they have the highest ranking in the world in math and
Sir, that would
science.
never happen. Do you even understand like why other
Well,
within
Finland doesn't even start
within the
school
PACT
until kids are
standards,
7 years old.
within the
Kids don't
I
even
think
start
it's called
school in Finland
PASS.
until they're 7 years
Sorry.
old. So I don't think starting kids at
Hello,
4 years
pause
old.
for a second. Within the, I think it's called the PACT or the PASS standard. Sorry if I can't get the name of that correctly. Do you know how many, like what percentage we can remove from our statistics that are disabled?
Can you
Two
rephrase
point
that in the
five
form of a
percent.
question?
No, that
I don't know what you're
was
asking.
a question. So under the standard that ranks us internationally, right? It's called PASS or PACT. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I know it starts
Okay.
with PAC or PAS. Within that standard, they actually level out how many like you can remove that are intellectually disabled or handicapped from that standard, and it's 2.5%. All right. There are schools within countries like Finland that do not even allow somebody that has a learning disability to enter into their school. We make every single child go to school or be homeschooled, right? So, because we allow every single person into public schools, our numbers are never going to meet the way that countries like Finland does unless you want to take out individuals that have learning disabilities or are nonverbal. That would be the only way for our standards to match Finland because they don't allow every single child into their school programs, which allows them to skew their numbers because they are
How long
not
have we been using this
considering
standard?
2000s, the early
2000.
2000s. But this, I'm sorry, if you're talking about the standard on the world stage, that's been around since the 1980s. So what you're saying is like when you're saying let's dismantle the Department of Education or modeling after Finland as your example that you gave, we would literally be ignoring individuals with learning disabilities who still need to make a life for themselves in some way, hopefully after they reach the age of adulthood, right? And you're also damaging or leaving out individuals that are nonverbal within our country. And we have a much larger percentage than 2.5% of our entire population that make up these numbers in children, right? Because you can only take out those scores of 2.5% of the entire population within school that submits their scores at the age of 15.
Okay. So yeah,
Finland
so there
doesn't
are
allow
cross-country
them to go
confounders.
into those Finland does not allow them to go into their schools.
Okay, that may be true. So there are cross-country confounders that you have to adjust for.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like if we're going to again measure it on any scale, if we're going to model something, we should do it as something that we have already going on within the United States of America. Model it after, say, like Massachusetts.
Again, well, I mean, if you don't know what Massachusetts is doing right, then how do we know modeling on Massachusetts is going to be?
Because they're
Maybe
number one in
Massachusetts
education in
is-
the entire country.
Exactly.
Period.
Now, just like there
That's
are
why-
cross-country confounders, there are also cross-state confounders. There are states that encourage every student to
Well,
take
we don't know
the
what they're
ACT
doing. You
and
didn't even know what
SAT,
Finland
and there
was
are
doing, and I
states-
had to tell
okay.
you that. And you want to make the argument like, well, if you don't know what they're doing, why should we model this? Like, sir, you said we should model after Finland, and you didn't even know what they were doing.
Well, I'm not the one confidently saying that we should model after Massachusetts.
Yeah, I'm saying it because it makes sense if we're going based off of American
Well, then it makes
standards.
sense-
Because
then it makes
also,
sense to
just
model
like
off
to
of
be very
Finland.
clear, if
I don't
we
know
were
what's going on
going
in
to
Finland.
model after Finland, then that would mean the metric system, which the United States of America is not equipped to handle.
Okay, that's fine.
Kilometers versus miles. We would have to change everything. Also, they don't do fractions. I don't know if people forgot, like, they don't do fractions in European countries. We're fucking weird. The way that we do math is dumb. I'll be the first one to say that.
I've never had a problem with fractions.
I'm not like.
I don't understand
oh
the
my
thing
God.
with fractions. I don't want people.
I didn't say that there was something wrong with fractions. I just said if you want to
they were
model
weird.
us. You didn't listen.
I thought you just said fractions were weird. Okay. Anyway.
No, I said the way
Anyway,
that
my
we
point
do
was,
math is weird. Like, I'm sure, have you heard of Common Core?
yeah, I hate Common Core. I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, the way
the
that we
idea
do
was
math
good,
is
but
weird.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? Common Core. I started out looking at Common Core. I thought when I grew up and I was going to school, I thought they did a terrible job explaining things like place value and your basic pure math concepts like that. But I really think
They
you've
do
kind
that
of
at
jumped
the
the shark with it.
state and local levels only determined. Anyways, I'm just saying that if you actually wanted to improve the education system, it needs to actually be controlled at the federal level instead of dismantling it. Dismantling it is only going to end up harming individuals, plenty of individuals within our country, plenty, a lot of individuals within our country. And that's just how it is. So if, and see, that's another thing, like I'm sure you would also consider yourself pro-life, right?
Go on.
No, I'm just asking, would you consider yourself pro-life?
It depends.
Oh, it depends. Okay. Yeah, I think that somebody saying that they are for the dismantlement of the Department of Education should have never considered themselves pro-life, and that would include you, if that's actually what you do consider yourself, because you just don't know enough about it. So
I don't think that what administrative bucket you put something into really makes that big of a difference.
no, actually it
then
does,
why
because I
why
mean
not
we
have like
see.
it?
Oh
Well, we
gosh,
need to have the UN running it then, or we need to have
you
some
like
solar
jumping to
system
weird
based
things.
agency running it.
Yes,
mean,
solar system based agency. The aliens should run our education department. Where's my alien lady? She likes to call in sometimes. Alien lady, are you
they're
around?
in
Can you
space.
call in
They know
about the
they know what's
aliens?
going on. They
Yeah,
know what's
no,
going
for
on.
real. I
They've already
think that
figured
we
it.
should. Yeah, we definitely should. Let the aliens run our education system. They knew how to get here. They're going to be able to do that for sure.
Okay, well, let me ask you this: what's wrong with having it at the state level? So we have different states that implement their own models, and we can see which ones are doing good and which ones are not doing so well.
Yeah, and how have
So,
we ever helped Oklahoma do better when they've constantly ranked in the bottom 5 in education in our country?
Well, I wasn't going to bring up Oklahoma. I was going to bring up Mississippi. Mississippi changed the way they do their education, and they've gone from like I don't know what it was, the very bottom, up to, I think they were like somewhere in the top, quintile, or I mean, they're not number one, but their progression in the ranking was surprising. And I haven't dug into why that happened or what they did, but if they did something that worked, then everybody else can model on that and say, hey, we were doing this before, it didn't work, now we're doing this and it did work.
Mississippi is 39.
I kind of like
Mississippi is 39. They're in the bottom half. This is 2024.
Oh no, I'm talking about 2020. This year, it just happened this year. They had big results that massively increased their ranking.
Yeah. So where can I find that? Because again, I went to World Population Review. Mississippi is 39th. This is state public school rankings by state 2025. And they are 39th.
I think you have to look specifically in the reading scores, because I think that's where they jumped up in the reading scores.
Are different. So which one are you talking about? I've been talking about ranking by state.
Yes, reading score ranking.
And I don't know if you realize this, but public school year 2024 ended in May of 2025. So are we only looking at one area, because we should be going after average? Oklahoma's 48th. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
I don't think they're not 39th. They moved at least into the top half.
Nope, bottom half.
But no, I'm talking about, okay, I don't have the exact reference in front of me.
2025 school year isn't open.
I don't have the exact reference.
In May of 2026.
I don't have Okay, yeah. But I don't have it in front of me right now. So you're at a disadvantage. You're at a computer. I'm not. I'm standing outside.
Yeah. I'm
I
at, you
read
mean, oh, you
multiple
said that wrong.
from
Sorry.
multiple news sources. I read from the multiple news sources that they called it the
Okay.
Mississippi Miracle, where they jumped up in the rankings. Now, I'm not so concerned about where they are statically. So if they're 39 now, but if they went from 50 to 39, I think that's noteworthy.
They weren't 50.
Whatever they were, I'm not asserting they were. I'm saying if they moved significantly outside of some kind of margin of error in the rankings, and they did that right after they changed how they do their curriculum, then I think that's noteworthy. And then we could look at that
Okay.
and say, hey, let's replicate this elsewhere.
Okay. Cool. Go dig into it.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
Sorry, I
I
don't
don't know
have
what
more
else to
information
say.
on you,
Like, yeah, go
but I
dig
mean,
into it then.
but my
But
bigger question was,
again, like I'm just gonna
what is
say, like if that's the case, right? Then that would need to be federalized at the federal level in order to make sure everyone's following a similar program in order to improve their education. But you're for the
but there's
dismantlement of the Department of Education. That would be the department that would cover that, because why on earth would something be moved when covering education be moved to, like, let's say the Department of Agriculture or the Department of Bureau Labor, like the Bureau of Labor. Like, why would we remove it to the
because you
Department of Labor?
because you have a single point of failure. And
Single
what
point of
if your
failure. No,
analysis
it's
is
not.
what if your analysis is wrong, and you say, okay, well, we turned this knob to make the rankings go up here, but what you actually didn't
I
notice
haven't
is that you
analyzed
accidentally turned
anything.
another knob. Well, no, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people who would say this. What if they replicate the wrong thing? Or what if there was a variable that they didn't account for that they that they don't replicate, that was actually the key to the success? Until you dial those in specifically and you try to implement it at the national level, where
Thank you,
everybody is
City.
now forced to go in lockstep on this thing, and you do it incorrectly, then you replicate
That was
failure
cool.
everywhere. I think it's
Sure.
better to have
Yep.
a distributed system where you could have maybe failures here, and you can dial it in, figure out where the failures are, where the successes are,
Yeah.
and then
I just want to be clear
everybody,
that it can't even be
they can
one
independently replicate the
singular.
successes.
Yeah, sorry. It's literally impossible for it to be one singular level of failure. Blaming it all on the Department of Education that has zero to do with curriculum standards in any way, shape, or form, and that it's literally not their prerogative or nor their encompassment to look at curriculum. Theirs is only mostly for funding and then monitoring and then reporting results, right? So if you're actually saying it's one singular level of failure, you're already off to a horrible start, because what you're actually looking at is it's at least 51 points of failure if we're including the District of Columbia in our school ranking systems, which we absolutely should, and they are included on most ranks. And then you have to break it down even further, because it is determined by the Board of Educations at the local levels in every single state. So that's a lot of points of failure if you're actually getting into it. And that's all it did, is that now the Department of Education, all it really did as well, along with funding and grants, was it protected children 18 and under, and then up to people going into college as well, at the federal level. And now it doesn't. And then even now we have that Donald Trump and Linda McMahon are also putting out there that certain professions are no longer professional, including nursing. And do you know what it means to have something like nursing no longer be considered a professional position?
What does it mean?
They no longer qualify for federal grants. And that's also, they also, here's the best part. They put educators on the list of being no longer considered a profession, which is going to effectively dismantle the loan forgiveness program that educators have been able to benefit from for a long time. And so now that will no longer be a benefit. And we already have a nursing shortage. Teachers are already underpaid. More people are going to be less incentivized to enter into these areas that absolutely need personnel going into them. Oh, there's so many more. No, unfortunately, Parkers, they cannot. Like there's just so
I'll
much.
have to fact check on
In
that. That's
specific, you can. It's up there. Like I'm just giving you two positions. There is a longer list. And the worst part is like all of these positions, surprisingly, not surprisingly, but the majority of these positions that are no longer considered professional are mandatory reporters.
so they're not considered professional for the purpose of loan repayments and grants. That's what you're saying?
Right.
Okay.
It also means that if somebody like most actually a lot of schools do, not all schools, but in order for you to like advance your career in education and teaching, most public schools and universities, especially private universities, want you to have a master's degree in your field of study in order to teach at a university, and they will no longer qualify for federal grants or funding at the federal level for their master's programs. And almost every master's program is covered 100% under at the federal grant level, or not grants, but loan level, because it's a cheaper degree to get. Surprisingly, for people that don't know that, it's about 27,000 that I think that the federal government covered at that level a year.
Okay.
Yeah, you should probably look this up because it's kind of like it's a huge thing. It's going to discourage individuals from actually seeking higher levels of education. Thank you, Ruthless. So I was right, 27 being the max. And it's also going to discourage people from becoming nurses, which we already have a nursing shortage in this country. So I'm glad
What
you're
would
all for
discourage them? The
dismantling
cost of
that.
it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, see, so here's my issue with grants and things like that, is they distort the market pricing system. That when you give a grant or when you
Do you have a
subsidize
correlation
something,
causation study to prove that?
oh yeah, it's well known in economics, the price rises to
No,
capture
that's
the
not.
subsidy.
I'm so sorry. That's not a
That
correlation
yes,
causation
yes,
study that proves
yes,
that. Do you have
yes,
a
it is.
correlation causation study that proves that? What's a study? Who published it? And was it peer reviewed?
That's
That's actually what
interesting.
a study would be,
This
is it would be peer
no,
reviewed.
it's a well-known concept of
Oh, it's
economics.
just a
It's like
well-known
saying,
concept? No, it's not. That's your
yes, it is.
personal opinion.
No, yes, it is. It's like
It's
saying supply and
literally
demand curves
your.
are. Give me a study on supply and demand curves. No, I'm not playing that game.
Oh,
There
I'm so
is a
sorry that
well-known
that's
concept,
been actually studied for a long time. Supply and demand, the influx of
and,
currency, and what all affects inflation.
and,
That's been a study for a long time. Okay. But as far as the
and
correlation
so has.
causation study that I'm asking for that proves that subsidies somehow also lead to an increase in cost, you don't have that because it doesn't exist. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you guys for all the gifts over on TikTok. If you are watching over on TikTok, be sure to hit that follow button. If you are new, be sure to be double tapping that screen. Let's go ahead and get up to 100,000 likes in the next 11 minutes. I appreciate you guys. Let's see if we can get another caller on. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Okay. I'm going to read this one real quick, and then I got more to do. Wax your damn eyebrow, shaking my head. I don't know if you realize this, but women pay money to get eyebrows like mine. So, shoe fly. Your words don't mean anything. I already know, like, the way that my fucking eyebrows are is they're literally advertised on eyebrow gel packages. All right, I gotta mute for a second because all we're doing is getting fucking people calling just so it beeps. Yeah, stop doing that. Hello? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hello? Hello? No, it's that children have no life on even a fucking Sunday. Hello? It takes a lot more effort to... Hello? make your number blocked and then call. Hello? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hello? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Shit, seek help, child. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Awesome. How old are you? 43. Are you still supporting Donald Trump? Okay, give me 1 second. What has Donald Trump done in his 10 months in office that has earned your continued support?
Oh my God, what has he done? Everything. I mean, pick one.
Okay, let's try to be specific then. What specifically has Donald Trump done in his 10 months in office that has earned your continued support?
Stopping illegal aliens from entering the country.
Okay. And how did illegal immigrants coming into the United States personally affect your life? Just curious.
How did it personally affect my life? Jesus Christ in heaven. I've never.
Jesus
I don't even
Christ in
understand
heaven.
how that could be a. I don't understand how that could be a question. I mean, we have a community here, and
Wait,
okay,
are
for
you
the same reasons.
religious?
Why? It doesn't matter. Why
No,
do
no.
people
I
put
mean, you did
fences
just
around?
say Jesus Christ in heaven, so I am curious. Are you religious?
It
It does
doesn't
actually.
matter.
It actually does
Why
matter
do
for the purpose
people
of this
put
conversation.
fences
Are
around their
you
houses?
religious?
Why do
Are
people
you
put
religious? I'm
fences
sorry.
around their houses?
Is there a fence on the entirety of the 1,943 miles of southwest border?
There should be.
Well, there's
There
not.
should
Are
be
there
a huge
fences along
fence
our beaches
around this whole
to
thing.
block off all of
Are you
our water
just gonna
border?
talk over me the whole time? Why do
Well, sorry,
liberals
it's
or
not
whatever your
comparable.
affiliation, whatever you believe in, liberal, left, center, I don't care. Why do people like
Okay.
you constantly interrupt other people when they have a point? Because if you
Because
would
you're
just
not
shut up
giving
for
a
a
correct
second, I would
analogy.
I would destroy you if you just shut up. I would verbally destroy you. And you
Oh,
know
I
that.
don't
You can
consent
feel
to
it
that.
already in the air.
Oh yeah, I can feel it.
You
I'm
know
so
it.
shaking in my boots. Oh, I'm so scared. Anyways,
Why are you acting so immature like a
what is
child?
the, so
Why are you
sorry,
acting like a 5-year-old?
breaking and entering, is that a misdemeanor or a felony?
Why are you strong arming me or attempting to strong arm me into irrelevant topics? This does not matter.
I'm
You
sorry, you
asked
were
me
talking
what
about
I
a
like
fence
Trump.
being built, so I'm asking you, is breaking and
You
entering,
asked
which would
me
be
what
going
I
onto
like
somebody's
that
property
Trump
without
did.
permission and then breaking into their house, which is the part that you were definitely going out towards, is that a felony or a
This whole
misdemeanor?
country needs a fence around it and stopping people from coming
Oh,
in here
guys, you'll never be able to
illegally.
go to the
Have you
beaches
seen?
again or put your boats out on the water because there would be a fence on the beaches. Anyways, is it a
Oh my God,
misdemeanor
that
or a
is the most
felony?
ridiculous argument I've ever heard in my entire life. That
Yeah,
is
I agree.
insane.
Your argument is pretty ridiculous to talk about a fence being built on beaches.
Oh
You
my
said it needed to
God.
be
Why do
over
people
every
put
inch of our
fences? Why do
country,
people
so
lock their
that's kind of
doors?
silly.
Hey, woman, why do people lock their doors?
Oh, because I want to keep American citizens out that intend harm.
You want to keep criminals
No, I want
out
to
of
keep
your house that
American
want to take
citizens out
things
that
from you.
intend harm.
Then why are you here in America?
Oh, because I was born here and I'm actually fighting for
Then
my
move.
country.
If you hate this country, if you don't
What did
want,
I
if you
just
want to
say?
keep
Do you
American
see
citizens out,
if you actually
move.
stopped for a second and listened, I said I actually am here to fight for my country and I love my country. I didn't say that I hate it. That was your words
How are
putting
you
it into
fighting
my
for this
mouth.
country?
Oh, by
Everything you're
speaking
arguing is
truth
to
to
destroy
light, the
this
fact
country.
that Donald Trump is in fact harming the United States of America.
How? How are you
Sure.
harming the United States of
Yeah.
America?
Do you believe in the
I'm listening.
Constitution of the United States?
Absolutely. Freedom
Absolutely.
of speech.
Oh, Donald
Yeah,
Trump said
but when people,
in a public statement that he ended freedom of speech when he did his Antifa roundtable meeting at the White House. So
that's a
Donald Trump
lie.
is
That's
he
an
literally said
absolute
it out of
lie.
his mouth. He said, "We've
That's a
ended
lie.
freedom of speech." He said those were his words. So
He did not end freedom of speech
congratulations.
because here
Donald
I am
Trump
saying
is
whatever I want.
not for the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. Donald Trump also, and if you actually were for freedom of speech, that's what I'm doing right this second, is utilizing my freedom of speech. And
How?
you're
When you
over
talk
here
over me
crying.
constantly.
You're over here crying.
Who's
So
crying?
my
Woman, who's
my
crying? You're the one
utilizing.
who
Okay,
puts
sorry.
your
You're right. You're
fingers
not
to your
crying.
temples
You're whining.
and put your
There
head
we
to the
go.
ground and start
Uh-huh.
pouting
Yeah.
because you're
Mm-hmm.
illogical,
I'm pouting so
irrational,
much. Pouting
overly
so
emotional, and
much.
that's
I am
exactly why we
so
don't put a
emotional.
woman in the White House.
Yeah, that's why we don't put women
You
in the
are
White
the
House. Yeah,
exact
you're right.
reason
The
why
exact
we
reason.
do
Oh,
not put women in
add
the
it to
White
the
House.
list. What I learned about myself today, Ari, little Ari is the reason, I'm writing this down, is the reason, and I say little because I'm short, reason why we don't put
Women in the White House.
women in
Yep.
the
You're not smart. You're
White
overly emotional. Everything's based off of
House.
emotion.
What
You
is
have
your
no
name? I want to
logic,
make sure I
and
quote
you're
you.
irrational.
Hold
My
on.
name's Ghost Rider. That's my name. My name's none of your business.
Ghost
Is my name.
Rider.
My religion is none of your business. My spiritual belief is none of your business.
2025. There we go. I have that written down. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're a troll.
I
You're
am the
destroying this
reason why
country.
we
You
don't
just
put
debated
women
a
in the
guy
White House. It
for
wasn't a
what, 30 minutes
debate.
about the
Goodness
most
sakes.
redundant and stupid things about the
It
Department
wasn't
of
a debate.
Education. None of that matters.
It wasn't a
You know what
debate.
things that matter is
It
how
wasn't a
drag
debate.
queens are reading transgender books to our kindergartners. That's what
That's
matters.
at libraries.
What matters
Are
is that
children
people
required to go
that
to
are
public
not citizens of
libraries?
this country. Do you realize that I work 15 hours a day, over 300 hours a month,
Congratulations.
in
That's
order to
sad,
pay so
actually.
many taxes, in order to feed people that refuse to work,
Oh, they
that are
refuse to
not
work.
even
Got it.
citizens? A lot of
This
them are
is
not even
amazing.
citizens. A lot of them are
They're
citizens,
not
but
even
they just sit at
citizens.
home
Got
and
it.
they don't do anything
I
to
actually,
collect
if you work
GDP, and they're
300 hours a
400
month,
pounds.
I do actually feel bad for you. I really hope that
Why?
you manage to find
See,
some
that
time
goes to
off
show.
so
Hold
you can
on, no, I want to make
get
a
a
point
personal
here. I want
life.
to make a point. You should
No, I'm
listen
just
to this
being
point.
honest. I think that
No,
working
you should
15
listen to
hours
this
a
point.
day
I'm about
is
to
a
make a really
lot.
good point.
I
You
personally,
should
with
listen
my
to this
work,
point,
I
woman.
chose
Why do you
to
want to talk over the truth?
specifically find a job where I was working.
Why
That
do
was
you
I'm
want
actually
to
worked
talk
7
over the
a.m. to
truth?
4 p.m. And I
And be
specifically
lazy.
only work 8 hours a day, and
You're
I'm
lazy.
salaried. It's not about being lazy,
You're
sir. It's about
lazy.
having a work-life
Do you realize
balance.
that for thousands of
It's about
years,
work-life
everybody, in
balance because
order
I
for
don't
our
think that I
survival,
should be
for
living to work.
thousands of years,
I don't
our
think I
whole
should be
survival
living to
depended
work, and
on
that's just
waking
my
up with the
personal
sun
opinion. And
and
if you
going
work
to work
over,
all
I work
day
full-time
long.
salary, I probably make more than
Do
you
you realize you
also.
haven't shut up this whole time because you know I will
Neither
destroy
have
you
you.
intellectually and
No,
verbally? I will destroy you. And you're afraid.
Oh, I'm so
You're
afraid.
afraid. Yeah, this is like having an argument with a girlfriend. Jesus, are
You
you
wouldn't know what a
insane? Oh
girlfriend
my
was.
God.
They definitely cover their drinks around you when you walk by them at a bar.
Oh, I don't drink. I don't go to bars. That's
Oh,
for
that's
monkeys. I
good.
don't do that.
Praise all the women that get to avoid you.
Yeah, Jesus Christ! Thank you for the ad hominem. Thank you
That's
for
not
the
an ad
insult.
hominem.
That's the depth of your intellect. That's all you have. You
Can
have
you spell
nothing
ad
else but
hominem?
insults and interruptions. You've contributed nothing of value to this debate at all. Nothing.
This isn't a debate.
Nothing.
The fact that you even
For
keep calling it a
thousands of
debate is
years.
actually funny.
For thousands of years, our survival depended on waking up and working all
I just want to
day
remind you, you hate
long.
women so
And now
much,
you
but you
want to
came
sit
from
in
a
an
vagina.
air-conditioned room that a man built for you. A man built you air
No,
conditioning,
actually, we paid women to build this
refrigeration.
house.
He built you the house. He built you the windows for the sun to shine through so you can stare at the people working
No, we
outside.
paid
He
women
built you the
contractors to
computer.
build this
He built
house.
you the cell phone that you can sit here and
I actually
disrespect me
bought the
and call me
parts of this
names.
computer and put it together
All these
myself.
things, this
So a
whole
woman did that,
cushy life
actually.
that you take for granted.
The
Do you
Wi-Fi that you
realize that?
utilize was invented
Do
by a
you
woman.
realize? Do you realize that you live better than the
The
greatest
Wi-Fi
king
that
from
you
200
utilize
years
was
ago?
invented by
Do
a
you realize
woman.
that? And you are so
spoiled,
Oh,
rotten, and
okay.
entitled and
Yeah.
disrespectful.
Yeah.
You are. You live
The
better than the greatest king from
Wi-Fi
200
that
years
you're
ago.
utilizing, I don't know if you realize this, but it was invented by a woman.
I
So you
doubt
should
it, and I
stop
don't care.
using,
I
but
doubt
sir,
it, and
you're
I
just
don't
like
care.
so against women. It's kind of interesting. So you
Because
should definitely,
you women are destroying
what
the
is a
country. The
debate?
second y'all
You
started
women are
burning bras,
destroying. Do you have children?
yeah, I have a daughter. Yeah, and I love her to death. I love women. I love real, true, traditional women.
Oh, can I ask you a question on
Submissive,
that? Can I ask you a question on that?
women,
Can I
not
ask you a question on
combative
that? Hi, can I
trolls.
ask
Like,
you a
you're
question on
not a
that?
woman.
When
You're not a woman. You're a
when it
female.
comes to your attraction to women, does finding a woman attractive and the fact that you want to fuck her means that you actually like women?
No, see, I have more depth to me than that. See,
Oh,
you're
no,
trying to lump
I
me
don't
in
think
with
so.
monkeys. You're
Hey,
trying
can
to
you
lump
let
me
me
in with
try this?
monkeys.
You say that this is a debate. I'm going to ask you an intellectual question. Let's test the gauge and the depth of your
Oh my God.
intellectualism.
Go ahead. This is ridiculous.
Does proximity equal distance?
Does proximity equal distance? What the does that have to do with anything? How are we solving real problems with
So you
that
don't know
question?
the answer?
Real world problems.
You don't know
This
the
is smoke
answer?
and mirrors and distraction.
You don't know the answer?
This is smoke and mirrors and distraction.
So you don't know the
It
answer.
serves no
Got
purpose.
it.
This serves no
Okay.
purpose. It
Does
serves no
proximity
purpose,
equal
and you know it.
distance?
We're not solving any real world problem. How is this
So you
solving
don't
a
know
real
this
world
answer.
problem? How are we saving the world with this
Gotcha.
question, woman? Huh?
Does proximity
How are
equal
we saving the
distance?
world? How are we saving the world with this question?
Yeah. Does proximity equal distance?
I mean, you want to have a philosophical debate? What is nothing? You want to ask dumb questions? Tell me what
No,
nothing is.
it's actually not
Huh?
a dumb question.
What is nothing?
It actually has
what is the
quite the
medium that
purpose.
electromagnetic waves propagate through? Huh?
I know
You want to have a
Catalyst.
talk
He
about
definitely
quantum
is waiting
physics?
on the chat to answer,
You
or
want to
he's
talk
trying to
about
look it
time
up.
dilation? You want to talk about time travel? You want to talk about tachyons? You don't know me, woman. You can sit here and ask dumb
Okay.
questions all you want.
Yeah.
Now, what is time dilation going to do to help save the world right
Does
now?
proximity equal
Huh?
distance?
Do particles called tachyons move faster than the speed of light?
See, the
We
fact
can go
that
back and
you
forth
don't
with this all day. It
understand,
doesn't matter.
the fact that
It
you
doesn't
actually
matter.
don't understand how this question is integral to the conversation, especially after you went on this whole rant
Then-
about, I
oh, then
love women.
enlighten
You
me.
are the reason
Please
why
enlighten me.
women shouldn't be in the White House. I have a daughter. I love my daughter. And of course, I have children. Like, you went through all of these things. And the fact that you can't put two and two together for why I asked you, does proximity equal distance, actually has a point that is relevant to the conversation, very similar to when you brought up immigration and not allowing illegal aliens into our country, has very much to do with the question of if you are religious or not, or if you believe in God, because these things all go back to each other, right? So, like, for example, proximity does not equal distance. And here's how I'm going to explain it to you. Your proximity or your relative closeness to women does not automatically equate that you are incapable of hating women, right? It does not automatically mean that you
I
therefore
don't hate women.
like
I
women,
love women.
because that you
You're
just
not a
happen to
woman.
be within
You're not a
proximity
woman.
of
You are a
women.
witch.
So
You
just
perform.
being
This is
near
witchcraft.
women, surrounded by women, or having a daughter does not
You're
mean
not a
that you
woman.
are incapable of hating women or being a misogynistic individual such as yourself, that
You're
you
a
have
misandrist.
actually already proven yourself to in fact
You hate
be
authority.
a
You hate your
misogynist.
dad, and
And
that's
look,
why
for
you're real
about
drunk.
2.5
You
seconds
hate
you
your
were
daddy.
being a good
You
little
hate
boy
authority.
and
You
being
hate
quiet and
strength, and
listening.
you hate
So then
power.
when it goes back
You hate
to
power. You hate being
immigration,
told what
all
to do,
right,
like
the
the
reason why
LGBT
it was also
You're
important to
perverted.
ask the question if
You're
you are
immoral.
religious,
You're
because
illogical.
if you were actually
You're
religious,
disgusting.
if you believed in God, if you believed in the Bible, you would know that the Bible does teach you that you are supposed to welcome all immigrants welcome
Nope,
in
that's a
them
lie.
as if they
That's a
were
lie.
yourself, and
That
treat
is a
them as if
lie. You
how
need to
you would
read the
want to be
Bible more.
treated, because
Do
you
you
were
realize
once an
that it says
immigrants in the
multiple
country
times
of
in the
Israel.
Bible?
And see,
Be
that
careful
is
who
why
you
it is
let into
actually
your
so important.
country.
And I find it very interesting when individuals who
You are
consider themselves
wrong. You are
spiritual,
spreading lies.
specifically Christian of any kind, because Christianity is
You
an
are
umbrella, all
spreading
right? And everything
lies.
that breaks up under there,
You're a liar.
Protestants,
You're a
Baptists,
witchcraft
the members of
practicing
the
liar.
LDS, and all of these other things, they fall
You're a
under the
liar.
umbrella of
You're
Christianity,
a
because
liar.
Christianity is simply the
You're
belief in
lying.
Christ, right? In Jesus
You're
Christ,
lying.
etc.,
You think
etc.,
Christ
all of
was a
those great
pushover?
things that everybody talks
You
about,
think
right?
Christ is
And
sat
so
around
that's what these
Kumbaya
are.
all the time?
Okay.
You think
And so
Christ was a
that's what we
pushover?
look at. So that's why it is actually important to know when I asked you if you were religious, okay?
Oh my
Especially
God,
when you
you
brought
are
up
insane.
immigration,
You are
because
mentally
you're
disturbed.
supposed to treat every individual in existence as your
No,
neighbor. And according to the Bible,
no,
every person
nope,
in the world
not
is
true.
considered
Nope,
your neighbor.
it's
They
a
don't
lie.
actually have to be physically near you in order
Nope,
to be your neighbor. And that's what the Bible
nope,
teaches you. Similar enough
that's a
that you are
lie.
supposed to
No,
love every
we wrestle
individual
not against flesh and
just
blood,
as you would love yourself, and
but the wicked
everything like
in
that.
high places.
Individuals
Nope,
such as yourself would most
nope.
assuredly look to try to
I do
deport
not welcome the
the
wicked.
man known as
Nope,
Jesus if he entered into our
nope,
country through a non-port of entry. In
nope.
Matthew 25:35, I encourage you to go look that up. And again, you have
I
already
know the Bible better
proven the
than you,
fact that
Colin.
you lack intellectual knowledge by the way that you didn't even know a
Right.
simple yes or
This
no
is coming
answer
from the
to does
woman who
proximity
is
equal
talking
distance.
over
Your
someone
misogyny is beyond
constantly.
showing. It's out in the open
You
for
have
everyone to
thoroughly
see.
lost this
You're
debate.
not
You are
doing it
destroyed,
well,
and
my
all you are
dude.
you doing
And every
is
time when
ad
you're like,
hominem
this isn't a debate,
speaking
sir,
over
I've
me.
told
That's
you
it.
multiple times that this isn't a debate, and you're like, you're failing in the debate. You're afraid to debate me. No,
You're
sir.
destroyed.
It's
You are
actually impossible
absolutely
for me
destroyed.
to
You
engage
lost.
in a debate with somebody that
You're
doesn't
lost.
understand basic facts,
You don't
right? You
understand
seem to have
anything.
you
You
be
just
allergic to facts.
smoke and
Achoo!
mirrors. This
Just
is
as
all
I'm seeming to
distraction.
be allergic to you right now. Achoo!
This is
Oh
all
gosh, you're making me
distraction. You're
sneeze now.
saying nothing.
But see,
So
you
many
don't
words
know
and you're not
basic
actually
facts.
saying
We
anything.
cannot agree on basic facts. That's one step to being able
You're
to
not even
engage
saying
within an
anything.
intellectual debate is that
So
we
much
have to have
oxygen
some
you are
baseline
consuming
of the
and
same
carbon
knowledge.
dioxide
The
you
other
are
reason why
emitting,
this is
and
not
you're
a
not
debate,
even
sir, is
saying
because it is quite
anything.
impossible for me to
You haven't
debate
said
my
anything.
intellectual
Still not saying
inferiors,
anything.
which you have so
You're
proven
still not
that
saying
you are
anything.
by not understanding a
You're
pretty
still not
simple
saying anything.
test
I'm still
question
waiting for you to
of
say something.
does
What? Have you
proximity
actually said
equal
anything yet?
distance?
Nope.
I hope
Nothing.
very
You have not
soon
said
that whenever
anything.
your daughter is of age, that she's able
You
to
have
go no
not said
contact
anything.
with you. I hope so.
You have not said.
He probably is still yelling. I also want to remind you guys that, like, I was the emotional one, but he was the one screaming. Women are too emotional, but I stayed monotone the entire time. But I'm emotional. Hey, actually, you know what, guys on TikTok, y'all saw my video, right? He would do so well. He needs to find the woman that left that comment for me. And maybe he'll pick her. I don't know. She's still lacking on being picked yet. So maybe he'll pick her because she said that we shouldn't do that. Yeah, Leviticus 1:9 through 10. That's true too. I'm a little bit slow. Thank you, Luca, a while ago for the 10. Thank you guys for all of the jewels. Thank you for the bits. Trying to get through some of this. I missed a lot. Someone called me dumb. I don't really care. That doesn't hurt my feelings. I was definitely smarter than the last guy. Terry, huge W's. I'm sorry I missed this, Terry. Thank you for the 50. I appreciate that so much. And I don't know. That would be you. You have to take Polly along with us. It can't just be me. I'm a witch. She's a witch. You're a witch, Harry. I just wanted to say that. That was funny. W Feisty for gifting out 5 memberships. I appreciate that, guys. If you received a membership from Feisty, be sure to thank her. Also, if you guys want to become a member yourself, it's not that expensive. I kept it low for a reason. This guy was probably a real winner in school. He probably was, Phantom, the winniest of winners of all of time. He's probably still yelling at the phone. Yes, he does not like intelligent women. That was definitely true. I'm sorry I've missed all the gamer cats, guys. I just like it. It's cute. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 32.
32. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Oh, I never have.
WU, I
I
appreciate
was
you, man.
pulling.
Thank you. If you are new over on TikTok, please be sure to hit that follow button. I am just looking for individuals that still actively support Trump. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
So, I am 18.
18.
And
Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I am actually, and don't hang up, I do not support Trump, but I believe we are at a kind of a similar view. So I am.
Okay. Well, then you're not my demographic that I'm looking for, and I hope you have a great Sunday. Like, not trying to be rude. And Jay, it's open now. It's not that it didn't work, it's that it was off, so you wouldn't hear the continuous beep beeping. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 51.
51. Oh, wow. Phantom, you've reached the 30-day stream streak. Thank you. Okay. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I am.
Okay. What has Donald Trump done in his 10 months in office that has earned your continued support?
There's quite a bit, but let's start off with immigration.
Do you? Okay. Just out of curiosity, are you religious?
I am.
So
Not full on practicing, but I do have my belief.
Oh. So why are you going against what Jesus says in the Bible about immigrants?
What does Jesus specifically say about immigrants?
That you should welcome them as you were once an immigrant yourself in Israel.
I've never been to Israel.
Sir, it's just a generic term for being somebody that believes in Christ at that time.
No, I understand that, but
Yeah,
to
it's
generalize-
not
to generalize
specific. I just say it because that's how it is phrased in the Bible. And thank you, Witchcraft, for the level ship. So the point is, like, and also, like, I don't know if it's true or not. I'm not going to say that. That was funny. Like, just to be clear, like, God also says to love thy neighbor as you love thyself, treat everyone that you would want to be treated. Like, God and Jesus are the ones that set the golden rule standard, right? The golden rule that we were supposed to follow as children. Love thy neighbor.
Ah, yes, love thy neighbor. But
neighbor means no, it does. And according to the Bible, neighbor is every individual on earth. It's not proximity.
No. The neighbor is everybody. But
Yeah, is everybody on earth. Yeah. So
in order for the neighbor to be the neighbor, they need to be at their house.
No, not according to the Bible.
I love my neighbor, but they don't live in my home.
Okay. I didn't say take them into your home. But again, when God says and Jesus says in the Bible, love thy neighbor as you would yourself, like treat everyone that you want the way you should be treated. Neighbor in that way literally means every single person in existence on planet Earth. It doesn't require proximity.
So by using that Bible verse, you're saying that to love thy neighbor, to love everybody in the world, we should just allow them to come in?
That's not what I said either. However, the fact that you're saying that you like the fact that we're performing inhumane treatment on individuals with the way that we are conducting deportations is just very telling, and again, just shows that you are not a true person that actually believes in God or believes in Jesus, not in the way that it was actually taught. You are what I would call a Republican Christian. You believe in the Republican Christ, because he is not the same as the actual Christ in heaven.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
We'll go ahead and read you Matthew 25 verses 35 through 40. For I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger and you invited me in. I needed clothes and you clothed me. I was sick and you looked after me. I was in prison and you came to visit me. Then the righteous will answer him, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you? The king will reply, Truly, I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. So when we're talking about the inhumane treatment that is being brought on by to immigrants by our country right now, this is exactly why the Pope is actively speaking out heavily against the United States actions. This is why, because Jesus is saying that he is within every single individual on earth. And if he is of the least among us, and the way you treat him is the way that those individuals is the way that you treated Jesus. So you, sir,
So you
by
said,
engaging and liking the inhumane treatment of individuals in this country, just happen to have entered through non-ports of entries, is very telling that you are not a true follower of Christ. And you should stop saying that you are. Practice what
okay,
you
I'll
should
stop.
be.
I'll stop. I'll
Yeah.
stop saying it then. So you said the inhumane treatment of immigrants,
Yeah.
illegal immigrants. Sorry, illegal immigrants. What inhumane
Oh, it's not even just illegal immigrants, sir. What would make somebody an illegal immigrant? Do you know?
entering the country illegally or staying past their time illegally?
Oh, okay. So one of those two things. Awesome. So
I'm
then
just
why
trying
are
to. I'm just
we?
trying to basic it. I'm not trying to draw a whole list, but the two major ones would be coming into the country illegally, or coming in legally and then overstaying your allotted time here,
Yeah, so
like your
overstaying your
work visa
visa
or
is just a
education
civil
visa. Yeah.
thing. That's just a simple civil matter, just so you're aware. And like the majority of people that are, well, let's just say about halfway
Oh no, but I
down the
asked the question
line.
there. What did you mean by inhumane treatment?
Yeah. So I don't know if you realize this, but judges have ruled against specifically the detention centers within Chicago by being overpacked, right? And that people are not getting the medical need or care that they require. They found somebody hung in their cell with their hands and like feet tied together, and then DHS tried to say, well, he killed himself. How do you kill yourself if your feet and hands are tied together while you're also hanging at the end of a noose?
And did they figure out who did that?
No.
Okay, so we
The
don't know if it was
parents and
DHS.
family members are still demanding answers, and they're refusing to do an internal investigation.
Okay, so we don't know if DHS did that or if it was another person.
Doesn't
that was,
matter. That's the problem. They're lacking in oversight because they're just packing people together, which is causing inhumane treatment, whether it's at the hands of those direct individuals or other people that are in there. That proves the point that they are lacking in oversight or the ability to perform a modicum of oversight within the detention centers because they have too many people in there. We already know about individuals dying because they had a stroke and nobody came to call the ambulance on them. That was a Canadian national that died. For example, we already know that they are directly violating and engaging in torturous behavior when we sent 270 detainees to CICA in El Salvador, a known torture prison where President Bukele brags about the fact that no one has ever left that prison alive prior to the 270 individuals being released. And 238 of them did not even have any criminal record, which means only 32 out of 270 individuals had any criminal record anywhere in the world. And we subjected them all, 270 individuals, to torture. There are videos, tapes of them being tortured by the El Salvadorian prison guards that we knew we were sending them there. And mind you, President Bukele, after like probably a month after the Supreme Court ruling in Christie Nome v. Kilmar Brego Garcia case in 2025, came out and said that actually all of the 270 individuals that are in CCOT are under the direct authority of the United States government, meaning that we violated the Eighth Amendment of the United States Constitution by knowingly subjecting them to a torture prison camp. And by saying that you approve of the way that this administration is engaging in their deportation activities, is saying that you are approving of these actions, which again is directly going against how you would actually honor God and Jesus.
So this, the actions that happen in the Venezuelan prison.
El
that is not
Salvadorian.
El Salvadorian.
President
that is-
Bukele of El Salvador said
Yes,
that
I'm sorry.
every single prisoner that was sent to them by the United States of America, because we paid them to house them. We paid them to house them. He said that they were all under care of the United States government. They were our charges that just happened to be sent into their prison.
And they're caring for them under the El Salvadorian way.
Yes. So we are responsible for the way that they were treated in that camp, because we literally paid them to house them. It's very similar to private prisons.
So do these people belong in prison?
No. 238 of them had no criminal record anywhere in the world, including the United States of America. Only 32 of them. So if you have no criminal record, how would you feel being sent to a prison?
We have people in the United States that were born in the United States that go to a United States prison who probably never had a criminal record until they committed a crime.
Right.
And they end up in
And
prison.
again, what is required for you to be sent to prison, like an actual prison? You have to
You have to-
be
You have to
convicted.
commit a crime.
No, you have to be convicted of a crime. And it also,
Oh, yeah,
according
you
to
have
our
to- you have
United
to commit
States
the crime and be
justice
convicted,
system,
correct.
according to our United States justice system, in order for you to be considered a criminal, you have to be convicted and sentenced. But the conviction part is the first part. In order to be considered a criminal, because in our United States justice system, it is innocent until proven guilty. And so by you saying that they're criminals, already negated the point that you were trying to make. You have to be convicted, according
No, I
to
didn't
our
say that they
United
were
States
criminals.
justice.
I didn't say that they were criminals. I said you have to commit the crime.
You
And
have
then
to
you
be
said, no, you
convicted
have
to be considered.
convicted.
Yeah, you have to be convicted in order to be considered a criminal, or be found proven that you've broken a law and to be sent to prison.
So,
That's
well,
how our
different,
justice system
Before
works.
you're being convicted, you have to commit the crime first.
But it has to be proven, because our justice system is innocent until proven guilty.
Beyond a
And
reasonable doubt.
Correct. And we sent 238 individuals with no criminal records on accusations alone to prison. Meaning they were not convicted. They were not tried for anything. They were not charged with anything. It was an accusation that they were a part of a gang, and that was it. You could be considered a part of a gang if you wear a Chicago's Bulls hoodie. That's literally one of the things that was on their list to consider if you were MS-13, is if you wore a Chicago Bulls hoodie. So I guess everybody that likes the Chicago Bulls needs to be wary, because the United States Justice Department thinks that you could be MS-13.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
It's literally on their list.
That Chicago Bull fans are on a terrorist watch list?
If you wear Chicago Bulls hoodies, apparently.
Interesting.
And can you tell me, like, what law or statute says that being in a gang is illegal? Out of curiosity.
I could not tell you.
Because it doesn't exist.
No.
Yeah.
But I do know that I live here in California, specifically Southern California. I live in Orange County. which is below Los Angeles County, and Orange County has gang units. Los Angeles has gang units.
Most
As
large
part of
cities
their police force.
do.
Right. So why would they create a gang unit if gangs weren't a problem?
Oh, that's not what I asked. I asked you, can you show me where it's illegal to be in a gang?
Oh no. I told you I couldn't. I did answer
Okay.
that question.
So that
I couldn't.
wasn't even the claim that I was making when you say
And you
that
told
being
me
in a
and you
gang
told
is
me
a
that it.
problem. I didn't make that claim, so I can't give you an answer to a question on something I didn't say.
Yeah. You didn't say it. I'm asking. I'm asking. You didn't say it. I'm asking if
Yeah, you
gangs
asked,
weren't a
why
problem.
would
What?
these gang forces be involved if gangs weren't a problem? That implies that I've made that claim. I didn't make that claim. I have no reason why gang task force exists, or that to say that all gangs are problems, because they're not.
No, I'm sure Chicago Bull fans are a problem. Where
Yeah, there's a very tall white guy
perhaps
in my
attendance was
area that
gang
wears
triggered.
Chicago Bulls hoodies, and I guess according to the United States DHS, they would be considered a gang member. Jokes on them. He's active duty, so.
Okay, so far I've given you just one example of what I support in Trump, which is immigration.
Yeah, you support cruelty. And
I
you've
didn't say.
actually, you do. Do you not support us
Now you're
sending
putting now
them?
you're putting words into my mouth because
Do
I
you
never said I
support the fact
support
that we
cruelty.
sent 238 individuals with no criminal records to a torture prison? Yes or no?
I have no idea why they sent them there. For whatever
I already
reason,
told you, on the accusation that they were part of Tren de Agua or MS-13.
on an accusation, there would have to be a credible threat.
There was
And the
no credible
accusation
threat. I'm
for them.
sorry. If I say it, an accusation requires a credible threat. Okay, my neighbor, my direct neighbor, robbed me. She took my PlayStation 5. Was there a credible threat that was involved in that accusation I just gave?
No, that's a crime that's described in that.
Was there an active
That
threat in the example that I just gave?
no, threatening to steal your PS5 is a
I didn't
threat.
say it was a threat.
No, you said that
I
they
didn't say that
actually
she said she
stole
was
it.
going to. I said that she stole it. But you said an
Yeah, so that's a crime.
accusation. You said an accusation involves a credible threat.
I said there must have been a credible threat in that accusation.
Oh, okay. So what's the credible threat of just the accusation of someone being in a gang?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Okay.
I couldn't
Again, so
answer
let's
that
try
question.
this again. Do you support sending individuals with no criminal record to prison?
I don't support innocents being in prison. No.
Oh, okay. Cool. And what does our legal justice system say? And when it comes to our
Yeah, everyone's
innocence?
innocent until proven guilty.
Until proven guilty. So now let's try this
Beyond a
again.
reasonable doubt.
Let's try this again. Yeah, you have to be proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, not proven innocent
But
beyond a reasonable doubt. Let's try this again. Do you support the fact that 238 individuals were sent
no,
to
I said
a
proven guilty
CCOT?
beyond a reasonable doubt. I didn't say innocent. You're
You are delayed and
presumed
I don't know
innocent.
why. Okay. Awesome. Fine. Cool. Innocent. You don't support innocent people being sent to prison. Cool. Let's try
Correct.
this again. Do you support, yes or no, 238 individuals being sent to CCOT in El Salvador?
Again, I don't know the circumstances, so I can't sit there
Oh,
and say
so
yes or
got
no.
it. So your logic is not consistent.
I'm not on their jury.
They had no trial.
But I can't sit there and answer that question honestly. I'm just trying to be
Because
honest
you
here.
are hypocritical and you do not maintain a continuous logic or a baseline of logic. Correct.
No, I'm not being.
I don't support this. Let's be very clear. I don't support innocent people being sent to prison. Okay. Do you support 238 individuals with no criminal records being sent to a prison in El Salvador? I don't know. I don't know their individual cases. You are not logically consistent. All right, let's see here. I've missed a couple of things. Phone number does work. Trump supporters are uneducated. They are. I thought it was a straightforward question too, and Dion. You should have asked if all the illegal aliens are green or gray. I will next time, Kristen. I like that one. That was good. Religion has multiple meanings. James 126 KJV. Yeah, I'll pull that one up. I don't know that one offhand. You said they committed zero crime. However, is crossing the border illegally not a crime? Again, Andrew, in order to prove that somebody has committed a crime in our criminal justice system, they have to be convicted of it. I don't understand why that is missing in your logic. And thank you guys for all the jewels. A lot of you guys sent jewels. I appreciate that so much. You have to have been convicted of it. And the majority of them don't even see court for 8 US Code 1325. Yes, I know the exact code. So, no. 238 had 0 criminal records, meaning they weren't convicted of it. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm 21, so
21.
age.
Okay. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, but
Cool.
there are
Real quick. No, just real quick. I just want to respond to somebody. I will in just a second, Nicholas. Alyssa. Hi, Alyssa. Look up Arizona v. United States 2012 Supreme Court decision. Try again. Sorry, just trying to help somebody out with a bit of knowledge. Anyway, yeah, so what has Donald Trump done in his 10 months in office that has earned your continued support?
not a lot, but there are some parts of our government that I want to talk about with you, and kind of why.
You're awesome.
Kind of why my beliefs have shifted a little bit, and I kind of want to talk a little bit with you about religion, if that's okay.
I am not great at theist debates. I will be honest with that. So I'm probably
You're all
not the
good.
best
I'm not looking
person.
at. You're okay. I'm not looking to have a debate. I would like to just kind of ask you some questions to kind of better understand some of the views that would fall on your political, orientation, if that's okay.
I'm here to talk about Trump, not about God. I only bring that up for people that say that they're religious and then talk poorly about the treatment of immigrants.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So I do kind of want to talk about immigration and kind of Trump's stance on immigration. So, and partly why he's earned my support because of that. So, we're looking at all these people. They're coming into our country. Obviously, I do believe that everybody deserves a place to live and be able to access that without, being prosecuted. But I also do not support people coming into our country illegally because of the infrastructure and because of the infrastructure that it costs and because of the economic downsides to it, if that makes sense.
They are a net positive to our system.
They join the workforce and they add to our workforce, but they're in our country illegally, and that's kind of where I shift. That I feel.
Oh no, illegal people.
Difficult.
Do you know what studies have shown that the only way that they negatively impact the job market is actually only jobs that are routinely taken by individuals that don't have a GED or a high school diploma.
Right.
They
So
take
they're
unskilled labor
they
jobs.
take unskilled labor. So that includes like construction, driving involving work, things like that, right?
No, just jobs that don't require a GED or a high school diploma.
Right. So jobs that would include,
Yeah,
things that don't require extensive education.
sure.
Sure.
Some construction positions do, actually.
I'm not. But the point of what I'm saying here is not to say, oh yeah, all illegal immigrants work in construction. I'm just listing off examples.
Yeah,
Like,
sure. But I think that we should disparage or go after the employers that are actively hiring undocumented or illegal immigrants because they're the ones that are at fault for specifically breaking laws by engaging in the hiring instead of we are going after individuals that are just trying to make money. So maybe, I'm not saying for sure, maybe they can actually be on a pathway to citizenship.
all right. So what happened? I agree. I agree with you on that. Actually, that we should be prosecuting these employers. But what happens after that? Do we leave the illegal immigrants to be? Like, do we? What is your stance on that? What happens after we prosecute the employers and we have the situation where we have this illegal immigrant that was working illegally? Do we let them stay in the country and work a different job? Or
I
what do you
personally
suggest?
agree with the stance of amnesty.
Could you go a little deeper into that, please?
Yeah, so I think that if individuals have been in the United States undocumented for, let's say, 5 or more years, and they have done nothing wrong, they've broken no criminal statute or crime statute or U.S. code, except for the beginning one of 8 U.S. code. Oh, that was so cute. Thank you. Oh, it's got a tail. 8 U.S. code 1325. Then, yeah, they should be granted amnesty, and that basically says, okay, we're going to forget about 8 US Code 1325. We're not going to try to criminally prosecute you for committing that crime, even though, again, like there's less than 200 convictions of that a year, or like less than 1,000 convictions of that a year. And then they're put back on a pathway to citizenship. Then that reopens their ability to become a citizen in the future. That's what I agree with. So, just your basic premise of that already, I'd say no. I wouldn't deport them. I would evaluate their case, and as long as they haven't committed another crime within the United States of America, then absolutely they need to be put on a pathway to citizenship.
All right. So let's say you have someone that's been in the United States for less than a year. Let's just go 8 months, safe number, right? If we have this person, they have not, made that much of an economic impact, let's say just for their city and their
I don't
jurisdiction.
gauge them based off of their economic impact. I think that putting a dollar amount value to a human is deplorable. So I already
It's not
disagree
putting a
with your
dollar
premise.
amount value to it.
It
Not
is
putting a dollar
actually.
amount value to a human. If
You
I were to put
actually
a dollar
are.
amount value to a human, it would be saying, hey, if I have this person that's
You
made
literally just said they
X
haven't
amount of money,
contributed much to the economy. That's putting a dollar amount value to a human. So I already disagree with the starting of your premise.
right? Let's rephrase that then. So you have
Okay,
one
rephrase
person
that.
that has made more money than another person.
Okay,
And
again,
then
you're putting a dollar
two,
amount value to a human.
are you gonna let me finish?
You already started off wrong. You said made more money than another human. Like, sir, you already starting off poorly. That is putting a dollar amount value to a human.
Right. Okay. Will I be able to get more than 2 sentences out
If you
without hearing the
stop
thing I've heard
trying to
twice
do this
already?
weird circle jerk logic of putting a dollar amount value to a
Okay.
human,
Let's
yeah,
say you
because
have
that's
2
weird.
illegal immigrants. You have
Cool.
2 illegal immigrants. Okay. Both of them have been in the United States for less than a year.
Okay.
They both have jobs in, let's just go back, say, construction. Okay.
Cool.
It's a common. It's. I'm not saying that because it's like a stereotype. It's just
That's
extremely
fine.
common because, like you said, does not require a GED or a high school diploma. Okay, for certain construction jobs. Even if they are making different amounts of money, or if they have different amounts of people that they're providing for, I believe that both of those people should go through a deportation process or go through a process to legally enter the U.S. If they are unable to do that, they should not be in the United States.
Cool.
So you're
So
talking
I just want to
about
be clear. I don't know if you realize this, but the act of deporting, like the cost of deporting one individual, like that entire process is about $78,000 per individual. This was studied and researched by the Penn Wharton budget model, the business school that Donald Trump went to and graduated from. And they are right leaning. And they've estimated that it costs $78,000 per immigrant to deport them, to detain them, deport them, find them, locate them, send them back to their home country. So what you're saying is we want to spend $78,000 a pop for two individuals to then turn around, come back into this country, and we're only, if they go back through the proper channels, after that, they're only going to make us about $30,000 about going back through the proper legal channels. So we're still in a deficit of
you're putting a dollar amount on
$48,000.
people now
No,
too.
I'm actually
You're
putting
saying, oh,
dollar
return to
amount
work, and
to
it's
the
only like
government.
30,000.
Sorry, I'm putting a dollar amount to the government.
Right. So you're
I'm
saying
putting
it's
a
going to
dollar
be
amount on
too
how much it
expensive.
costs the government, not on the individual.
You're saying it's going to be too expensive.
It
Send
is
these people
expensive to
back.
deport people. Again, Penn Wharton budget model has studied this and they've published it. It costs $78,000 on average per person to deport them from the United States of America.
Right. So are they not worth that? Are there other people in this country that could be negatively affected by these illegal immigrants' presence in our country? Are these people not worth it because of the economic loss?
How are you negatively impacted by an illegal immigrant?
Job loss. The more illegal immigrants in our country that are taking up jobs
Are you in the
illegally, the
construction
less
industry
people.
or the farming industry?
No, but thousands of people,
Oh,
millions of
so
people in our country.
sorry. I was asking about you personally. How does illegal immigrants affect you personally? I wasn't asking about a
How do they
generality.
affect you? How do they affect you
They
personally?
don't. That's the whole thing.
Right. Right. So
That's why I
you
actually
attacking
don't
my
care
argument.
about the fact that everybody should be deported in your argument. I think it's a waste of money to go through the entire process because of how much it actually costs the American people and the American taxpayer overall as a whole, and how much it's going to add to our national deficit. You know, the thing that the Republicans have been crying and whining about for the last 4 years about our national deficit, and they're crying about now while also ignoring the fact that it's went up by $2 trillion since Donald Trump went into office and has affected all of these policies. Literally went up $1 trillion within 45 days because of how much money it's actually costing. These policies are costing us tariffs, immigration, deportations. It's costing us buku's amount of money.
Can I ask you a question?
No.
No.
Yes, I said no.
Okay, what do you think I'm going to ask?
I don't care. You've already asked a question. That's two. So you've asked your two questions.
You know the difference between justice and fairness?
Again, I said I wasn't allowing you to ask me a question, so I'm not going to answer it.
Do you have a reason why you're not going to answer?
I already told you I wasn't okay with you asking me a question. You asked, "Can I ask you a question?" The answer was no. And then you asked a question anyway. Why would I respond?
I'm not sure. Do you have any
Okay.
questions for me?
Nope.
All right. Have a good Sunday, dude.
You too. They forget that, Danielle. I actually just wanted to get to these super chats, right? Thank you, Andrew, for the 20. I'm going to go ahead and read this. So if you watch me shoot somebody, but I wasn't convicted, I'm not a criminal. No, you're not. According to our legal justice system, if you are found not guilty in a court of law, you are not a criminal. Does that help you? Did you think I was going to waffle? No. I might consider you personally like a horrible person, in my opinion. And I'd question the eyes of the jury. But at the same time, like if they prove beyond a reasonable doubt, or if the defense did their job and prevented a reasonable doubt to find you innocent, then I guess that's what I have to go with. But no, by law, legally, you are not a criminal. I hope that helps. They're illegals. They don't get the privilege of innocent until proven guilty. Chris Bailey, I'm going to direct you to the Fifth Amendment of the United States Constitution, along with the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution, where it says no person, and they're not citizen, no person, right? You are allotted, all persons are allowed and allotted due process by the United States Constitution. The Constitution is clear. I know, right? Mad professional. I love that about them. If you come into the country undocumented, you're YOU''RE, you're not paying taxes. Tax evasion is a crime. Actually, Andrew, according to the IRS.gov, you can obtain an ITIN, an individual taxpayer identification number, regardless of your documentation status. So that is not true. And that's why we know that undocumented illegal immigrants have contributed $100 billion to our taxes just in the year 2024. I hope that helps. Thank you, Anthony, for all the jewels. And I hope I answered all of your questions. Andrew, I do appreciate the 25 overall. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hey.
Hi, how old are you?
Well, how are you?
What?
I said, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. How old are you?
I am 58 years old.
Fantastic. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I am.
Okay.
You know,
and I want to go ahead and shift the conversation from the same thing that I'm sure you were going to bring up. But I want to go ahead and ask you this real quick. Donald Trump made a post about calling for the death penalty for veterans of our United States military who are serving in Congress, for reminding active duty military members that they are not required to follow unlawful orders. How do you feel about Donald Trump calling for the death of members of Congress?
Congress or military?
Members of Congress.
Members of Congress, I can't say that I like them all that's in there. I mean, quite honestly, we have some pretty rough ones in there, but I don't think anybody should be put to death.
Okay, well, so that's why I said, how do you feel about Donald Trump calling for the death penalty of members of Congress, specifically veterans?
I mean, why veterans?
Because they served in the United States military or within the CIA.
Are you sure? I mean, that's the whole reason? I don't know about it, so I'm sorry, I'm unprepared. I don't know anything about that. But, you know, the death penalty, I think the people that should get the penalty are the ones that go out and commit horrific crimes against other
I don't
people,
agree with the death
murder
penalty.
them. You know, I don't agree with it all the time, but I think sometimes, you know, there's a case where someone brutally murders a whole family, or, you know, you have serial killers and stuff like that. Hey, what good are they doing in society?
One death does not equal another death.
Well, I mean, look, we go to war. I mean, I don't agree with, but sometimes you have to. You know, you have to stand up and fight for your country. I mean, what about those deaths? Don't they count?
I can barely hear you.
I said, when war, I mean, you have to fight for your country. What about those deaths? I mean, don't they count?
I wish that we didn't even have to engage in any wars to fight for our country and maintain our freedom. I don't really
But we
understand what
are.
you're saying.
We're always going to have to do that.
No,
No matter,
just not in our lifetime.
I mean, it's happened since the beginning of time. There's been wars. You know? I mean, of course, I don't like wars. I wish we could all get along.
Guys in
That's not
TikTok,
going
the
to
fact
happen.
that he is
Yeah,
transporting does not matter. I am the one that
different
cannot be doing
governments,
it, or
different
someone on the
plans,
guest box cannot be
you
doing it
know,
on camera.
and there's always going to be a disagreement.
Please stop typing.
And there's always going to be someone that thinks they're stronger than the other that they just want to take over.
Dude, I can barely hear you around your background noise.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm actually traveling, so I probably shouldn't have called, but maybe I'll call at another time. But I am listening to your program.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you being a fan.
Okay, well, thank you. Sorry,
Thank
I can't
you.
hear you either.
It's okay. Have a good one. Yeah, threatening elected officials is crazy talk. Guys, I just want to let you know, like, my number one fan is in my my tube comments right now. It's so hilarious. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Gosh, I'm that scary. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Okay. Sorry, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm there.
Awesome. Can you turn down the stream in the background?
Yeah, threatening elected officials is crazy. Sorry, can you repeat that?
Can you turn down the stream in the background?
Yes.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 15.
All right, kiddo, I can't talk to you because of TikTok terms of service. Have a great one. I appreciate that you appreciate my insights, Andrew. I'm glad that I could clear some things up for you. Honest to goodness. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hello? All right. Whoop. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 33.
33. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, I still support him.
Okay. What has Donald Trump done in his 9 months in office, 10 months in office, sorry, that has earned your continued support?
You know why I still support him? Because he's keeping them fucking niggers from coming.
Okay, I had a feeling about that. Tommy says Trump supporters don't even consider thinking about positive ways to deal with immigration problems so that everybody benefits. No, I agree. So, for example, if we actually just allowed them to have amnesty, right? If we just allowed them to be granted amnesty and set them on a pathway to citizenship, we would actually then be making them illegal. We would earn more taxes from them. They wouldn't be hiding from everything like that. We would make money off of the immigration process, them paying attorneys, them paying the fees that are required to be paid when you're filing all of the forms. Like, we would be making money off of them additionally, plus them working and paying taxes into the system. So that's an economic benefit if we actually just allowed them amnesty and put them back onto a pathway to citizenship, right? Like, to be clear, like, I don't support allowing somebody that has been convicted of a crime to stay with, especially a violent crime, to stay within the United States of America if they are undocumented or they were even in the process of becoming a legal citizen. I do agree with those individuals being deported, right? Like, you've been convicted of a crime, absolutely. I don't think you should have to. We shouldn't keep you here. That's just my personal opinion. And I feel like that should be in line with what Republicans also believe. But there are so many benefits that if we just allow them or put them on a pathway to citizenship, where the United States would be able to make the system profitable again. It's just the way that it is. Oh, Americans' jobs. Guys, I don't know if you realize this. What are the two continents that make up the Americas? Yeah, no, Dia definitely should not take 10 years to become a citizen. But we have a shrinking, like, we have more people retiring than we have, like, people coming of age to take jobs. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes,
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 65.
65. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
What has Donald Trump done in his 10 months in office that has earned your continued support?
Well, he's ending wars.
Which wars has he
He,
ended?
oh my God, I'm not going to go through all the wars.
Well,
I'm
Donald
going to
Trump
let
says
you
he's
know.
ended 8. Do you happen to know 2? We'll try that.
I'm not going to talk about the wars. I'd like to talk about what you were talking about earlier about the immigration.
I've spent the last hour and 30 minutes talking about immigration. I'm going to do this and help you out here. I believe that immigration is a net benefit to the United States of America. And if
Yeah, I
someone
agree.
believes that it's a net negative, then shushies and go away. Like, I don't really care anymore. Okay. I've
Well, let
talked
me.
about it for an hour and 30 minutes. I like to
Okay,
have a
can I say
conversation with
something?
somebody like it's new. You brought up
You
the
like to talk
wars,
over
and I
your
would like
callers.
to, you
I
brought
would
up
like
the
to say
wars.
something.
Well, I didn't period end dot my sentence, and you were interrupting me while I was still actively engaging with my sentence in my paragraph here. So
My
I didn't
apologies.
period end dot. So we'll go ahead and complete this. I would love to talk to you about the wars that you just said that is the reason why you still support Donald Trump. Period end dot.
Yes, but that's not why I'm really calling. I just wanted to mention, and you can hang up on me, I don't care, but I did want to mention that there's a process to come into this country, and it's a privilege to live here. And when you've got a president like Biden that opened up borders, and no other country does this, you got to understand that when you've got people coming into this country, a lot of them were released from prison. They came in, and some of them did kill the Americans, some of them, not all. And I'm not saying that all of the people that cross the borders are bad people. But there is a process. You can leave, and Trump is finding good ways to get these people to go back to their country and come in the right way. I think you're missing that part.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No,
He has
and
said
and just to be clear, this has been long debunked, and I mean long
Long
debunked, that other countries are releasing their prisoners and sending them to the United States of America.
I said
That's
not
been
all.
I understand, but the general claim that other countries are releasing their prisoners to send them to the United States of America is not a thing, has never been a thing. Please stop listening to propaganda.
I
Okay,
don't listen to propaganda. I don't even listen to the news.
Okay.
I get my news from a reliable source. It's
Like
unbiased.
who?
But let me tell you
I'm just
something.
curious who.
Right down the street from me,
Who?
a woman was killed at gunpoint
I'm sorry to hear
by
that.
illegal immigrants.
Name one
They
woman.
burned
I'm
her.
so sorry.
This
Let's
was in
try this.
Orlando. Look
Hi,
it up.
let's try this.
Look it up.
I mean, I asked you what news source you got it from, and you just like ignored me. So we'll try asking.
Instapundit.com.
Where?
Instapundit.com. Tennessee
Instapundit?
law professor. Yes.
Spell that for me. I actually want to look that up.
INSTAPUNDIT.com. Instapundit. Tennessee law professor.
Okay. I'll have to look that up. That sounds interesting.
It
Anyway.
is interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I'm just, I agree with some of the things that you say, but I also believe that you cannot open up the borders.
What piece of legislation or executive order did Joe Biden sign that opened up the borders? I believe you, Mel.
Please. You're going to go there?
Yes.
Really?
Please point me in the direction that I can find proof that the borders were wide open or opened up specifically
My
by
God,
Joe
look at the
Biden.
millions of people that came in. That
How
right
many
there
million?
should tell you.
I just want to let
Come
you
on
know
now.
that this what you just
You know what?
listed off as your
You're full of
source is a
shit.
conservative
You're just full of
blog.
shit. You're going to talk over everybody.
I'm just full of shit. Okay.
Yeah, you think you're smarter than everybody.
Uh-huh.
Get a clue.
Yeah. I mean, I am
I'm
smarter
done
than you.
here.
That's been
No,
proven.
you're not. No, you're not.
You said you don't listen to biased media, but instapundit.com is literally a conservative
That's
blog.
not everywhere I get my information, honey.
Well, then you lied when you said that you only listen to unbiased media because they are biased. So
I listen to Newsmax also.
Newsmax is heavily right wing.
Yeah, isn't that
Newsmax
nice?
lost a
I don't
lawsuit
listen
to Dominion.
propaganda like you do.
You literally are listing propaganda sites right now.
No, I'm not.
You literally are. Newsmax.
No,
Okay,
I'm
let's
not.
do this. This is going to be so much fun. Okay. Newsmax media bias fact check.
We got the best ratings.
Oh, love it. I
Compared to
love
your
this.
CNN,
I love
The
this
View
so
that
much.
you watch.
This is
Come on, lady.
Newsmax. Newsmax bias and credibility. Extreme right. They are considered extreme far right with low factuality. They have failed. We rate Newsmax right bias and questionable based upon the promotion of conspiracy theories and pseudoscience, as well as numerous failed fact checks. They literally lost. I don't know if you realize this, but Newsmax literally recently lost a lawsuit with Dominion voting systems because they perpetuated the lies of Donald Trump in saying that the 2020 election was rigged. So they lost a lawsuit because they lied about the Dominion voting systems. There's one fact check right there for you, ma'am.
Oh my.
I don't listen to biased media. I don't listen to propaganda news sources, Newsmax. Oh, wait, I forgot the best part. Detailed report. Ah! Propaganda. Hey, Tara. That's actually really funny. I don't listen to propaganda. I am curious about this one, though. Let's see. Okay. I looked up the other one she said too. Yeah, this is good. This is good.
You're awesome.
Right-leaning, mixed factuality, questionable source. Overall, we rate Instapundit as right biased and questionable based on the promotion of propaganda, conspiracy theories, the use of poor sources, a failed fact check, and a lack of transparency with ownership. Propaganda. Media bias fact check, Luna? See, Media Bias Fact Check is owned by a right-winger, a left-winger, and a neutral, and an apolitical person. Goddamn. I fucking love people. I don't listen to propaganda. Hold on, let me read this right. I don't listen to propaganda. I listen to blogs. That's not propaganda. Is that what they said in Legendary? Because that's pretty funny, too. Zug, thank you for all of this. $7.99. Let's see what you said. The estimate Wharton got had a lot of variance. The AIC estimate for detention is 82,750, while the AFF estimate 15 times difference. Okay. Listen, dude, you can break it down. I like this because they're right leaning. The Wharton model you reference assume no labor market adjustment. You are fundamentally using an ideological assumption of something as fact. Sorry, I didn't do anything about the labor market when I was quoting the Penn Wharton model for the cost of deportation. That's all I was quoting the Penn Wharton budget model on. I wasn't doing anything about labor or the cost of labor or wages. So I'm a little confused on what you're even saying there. Here's my math in regards to the 70K plus cost of deporting immigrants. There is a 130 to 225 30-year physical drain from load skill unauthorized immigrant. By the way, I'm a socialist. Okay. Can you show me the study that supports the $130,000 30-year drain? Because if you actually look up at Yale, because they've researched this in 2023, and you look at Harvard in 2018, they also did a study on the cost of like how much money they're taking and the correlation causation that doesn't exist in regards to immigrant in the labor workforce. That's not a thing. So I would love for you to provide me a peer-reviewed study on that one. I'm just putting that out there. Well, guys, it is just slightly. I would update my goals, Tara, but I'm a little bit past my 2-hour mark. I know you guys don't care about what economics say. That's just being honest. I know it is. Well, socializing sapien, go back and watch the replay. I know you can do it. Guys, if you haven't already hit that follow button, if you're on TikTok or Twitch, go ahead and hit that follow button up at the top. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button and you're watching over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button after you hit those buttons. Be sure to hit that bell icon notification so you get actually notified when I go live. Sure, go ahead, Zug. You can give me on Discord. It's fine. Also, if you guys are members, subscribe, etc., and you're not in my Discord, go join my Discord. It does have verification steps, right? Because I can't let all the crazies in. So join the Discord. It's the link tree in my bio. There are 2 different links that you can click on. They're both just updated. If for some reason it's not opening up, copy paste the link into a separate new web browser and try it from there. But guys, go join the server. All right. Also, let's do a shout out real quick over on Twitch. We just hit 600 followers on Twitch. It's so hard to get. Yes, City Witchcraft. If you actually join Discord, I do post pictures of the animals in there. We have a whole pet section. So guys, yeah, join the Discord. See you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and end over on the tubes. Thank you. I don't know how you, real quick, Concern Man, thank you. I don't know how you do it. If I had to deal with these racist assholes all day, I would not be anywhere near as nice. Keep up the hard work. It's literally just about, I don't know, maintaining a sense of distance from it. I enjoy politics. I enjoy talking about politics for 2 hours out of my day. And that's